Hello, this is the demo to our game jam. We're about a week in now. As you can see, we have the character controller moving on the nav mesh with some animations running on moving or while the character moves. And we're keeping the camera locked in a fixed position following the player. And when we're navigating the world space, obstacles are bound to get in the way. So we're making these meshes transparent where we can by doing a raycast near the player and getting the first object and converting that the mesh. And you can kind of see it again when we go down here. And it is not without faults because in future versions, maybe we cast a raycast in front of the player. So when we're approaching an obstacle, we can make it transparent. And also an error there was, even though it was transparent, you could click on it. So that's something we have to fix. And I will note that after this video. Looked like it worked there. Anyways, another thing we have working for us is an inventory system. And these inventory or these items correspond to um, items that you can find in the game. And there are four types of rarity for each items. So we have also a rarity. We have a rarity and also an item level. And the item level dictates kind of the max ceiling of your stats for each item, and the rarity dictates the number of modifiers for each weapon. And currently we just have two weapon types. We have a musket and a sword. And we can see here for the common sword here, it's item level 5, so it has a decent amount of damage here. So we can go ahead and click it to equip it. And we have attacking animations. So if I have an enemy here, I can click to it to interact with the enemy. And at this distance, when I interact with this enemy, all I do is move my nav mesh agent to that enemy. And when I'm at a close distance, I can click him again to deal damage. And I have an animation playing as well. And when I kill this enemy, I have a chance of dropping an item, in which over there I did not drop an item. And then I can equip this musket, 20 dex, 72 damage, crit chance, dot chance. So this is a pretty rare, strong item. I can shoot this to click, or to, wow, I did 300 damage to him, one shot. Another 300 damage. Boom. Any items? No items? Oh, wow. This guy doesn't want to die. He should be dead. I don't know why he's not dead. So let's see here. Current HP. Why is he not dying? Okay, he died. That's very strange. Um, but yeah, and we have this turret that is not currently working yet, not dealing damage at least. But the projectiles are following the player, and the head transform of this turret is also homing into the turret, or it's looking at the player. We have this obstacle here that we're going to include to add traps in our games or in our game to just make gameplay more fun and more what's it called? Dangerous. And this little capsule we have here is just for testing. We can generate weapons on the fly. Each weapon has skills associated with it. So there's going to be, I don't know, 5+ skills in the game. And each time you get a weapon, the weapon will have two random skills based on whether or not it's a sword or a gun. And those skills could be really good. They could be utility skills, defensive skills, AoE skills, things like that. So one thing that I need to add right after this video is adding those skills that are on that weapon. So every time you equip a weapon, maybe you have a really good musket like here, but the skills aren't in line with the skills that you want. So in that case, you might consider recycling your weapon is a feature that we're working on. So when you go to a workbench, you can drop, right now, you can drop 3 items of the same rarity, and it'll recycle that, or those 3 items, and give you a new one. So over there, it looks like the transparency layers worked pretty well. And all this art has been done by our artists, Jerry and Tony, and myself, Paul, and Gary, the other programmer, have been in charge of writing the code for all of this. So yeah, here's the workbench, and once you get over here, you're going to be able to recycle these weapons and turn them into new ones. Currently, when you press the X on these weapons, you just discard it from your inventory. And yeah, these are the tooltips, inventory, and that's pretty much it. Combat, there's some skills that are currently on weapons, but nothing is shooting out. Um, but yeah, in about a week's time, it should be fleshed out. We'll have our own player model. We'll have enemies. We'll populate the levels, and we'll add bosses as well, or probably more like one boss. But, yep. Thanks for watching.